Steel roared from factories as the world went to war. Assembly lines never slept, forging machines that would decide the fate of nations. From light scouts to armored giants, these tanks rolled by the thousands, shaping battlefields across every front of World War II. Number 1. T-34 series. At the top stands the Soviet T-34 with an astonishing 57,300 units produced. Its sloped armor, powerful gun, and rugged design revolutionized tank warfare. Built for speed and mass production, the T-34 overwhelmed Axis forces on the Eastern Front. Some even entered combat unfinished, coated only in red primer. Number 2. M4 Sherman. The legendary M4 Sherman, with 49,234 units produced, became the backbone of Allied armored forces. Reliable, adaptable, and easy to mass produce, it fought on every major front. While inferior individually to German heavy tanks, its overwhelming numbers, logistical support, and versatility helped secure Allied victory. Number 3. Stuart series. A massive 22,744 cubic meters and M5 Stuart tanks were produced. Fast, reliable, and easy to maintain, they were widely used by Allied forces. British crews affectionately called it the Honey due to its smooth handling. Though lightly armored, it played a vital reconnaissance and support role worldwide. Number 4. Panzer IV. Germany produced approximately 8,800 Panzer IV tanks, making it the backbone of German armored forces. It was the only German tank to remain in production throughout the entire war. Constant upgrades allowed it to stay relevant, evolving from infantry support into a capable main battle tank against Allied armor. Number 5. Valentine. With 8,275 tanks built, the Valentine became the most produced British tank of the war. Renowned for reliability, it served on multiple fronts and was heavily supplied to the Soviet Union through Lend-Lease. Although lightly armed, its dependable performance earned respect from crews operating in harsh conditions. Number 6. T-70. The Soviet T-70, produced in 8,226 units, replaced the T-60 as a more capable light tank. Using automobile components simplified production and maintenance. While unsuitable for tank combat, it proved useful for reconnaissance and infantry support, contributing significantly to Red Army operations across the Eastern Front. Number 7. M3 Lee/Grant. The M3 Lee and Grant, with 6,258 units produced, were essentially the same tank with different turret designs. As a stopgap solution, it provided desperately needed firepower in North Africa. Though awkward in layout, its 75mm gun helped Allied forces regain momentum before the arrival of the Sherman. Number 8. Panther. Roughly 6,000 Panther tanks were built, often considered one of the best tank designs of World War II. It combined sloped armor, high mobility, and a deadly long-barreled 75mm gun. However, mechanical reliability was a constant issue, with many Panthers lost to breakdowns rather than enemy fire, especially at Kursk. Number 9. T-60. The Soviet T-60, produced in 5,920 units, was a light tank built during emergency wartime conditions. Cheap, simple, and fast to manufacture, it kept Soviet armored formations operational while factories were relocated east. Though lightly armed and armored, it played a crucial stopgap role during the darkest years of the Eastern Front. Number 10. Panzer III. With 5,774 units produced, the Panzer III was the primary German battle tank during the early Blitzkrieg campaigns. Designed specifically for tank versus tank combat, it performed effectively in Poland, France, and early operations in the Soviet Union, before being outgunned and reassigned to secondary roles. Number 11. Churchill. The British Churchill infantry tank, with 5,640 units built, was heavily armored and designed for difficult terrain. Though slow, it possessed remarkable climbing ability and battlefield endurance. Its adaptability allowed it to serve in multiple roles, from assault engineering to flamethrower variants, making it one of Britain's most versatile tanks. Number 12. Crusader. Approximately 5,300 Crusader tanks were produced for British forces. Designed as a fast cruiser tank, it played a central role in the North African campaign. While its speed and low profile were valued, mechanical reliability remained a constant problem, especially under harsh desert conditions, limiting its long-term effectiveness. Number 13. KV Series. The Soviet KV heavy tank series totaled around 5,200 units. When first encountered in 1941, German forces were stunned by its thick armor, which standard anti-tank guns could barely penetrate. Though plagued by mechanical issues, the KV tanks delayed German advances and forced rapid changes in German anti-tank tactics and weapons. Number 14. M24 Chaffee. The M24 Chaffee, with 4,731 units produced, replaced the aging Stuart light tanks. It offered improved firepower, better crew comfort, and modern suspension. Balanced and reliable, it earned respect from crews and commanders alike, often being described as the best all-around light tank fielded during World War II. Number 15. Cromwell. Over 4,000 Cromwell tanks were built for the British Army. Powered by the Meteor engine derived from the Spitfire aircraft, it was one of the fastest tanks of the war. While its armor was moderate, its speed and reliability made it highly effective for exploitation and reconnaissance during the later stages of the conflict. Number 16. IS-2. Named after Joseph Stalin, the Soviet. IS-2 heavy tanks saw 3,854 units produced. Built for breakthrough operations, it mounted a devastating 122mm gun capable of destroying German Tigers in fortified positions. Its thick armor and firepower made it a key weapon during the Soviet push into Eastern Europe and the final assault on Berlin. Number 17. Matilda II. The British Matilda II, with 2,987 tanks produced, earned a fearsome reputation early in the war. Its heavy armor rendered it nearly immune to Italian and early German anti-tank guns in North Africa. Though slow and mechanically limited, it dominated early desert battles and became known as the Queen of the Desert. Number 18. Type 95. Heigo produced in 2,300 units. The Type 95 Heigo was the standard Japanese light tank. It emphasized speed and simplicity but sacrificed armor protection. Designed for infantry support and jungle warfare, it struggled against Allied anti-tank weapons. Some crews painted aggressive faces on the hull to intimidate enemies, compensating psychologically for its physical weaknesses. Number 19. M26 Pershing. The American M26 Pershing entered combat late in the war, with around 2,200 units seeing service. Designed to counter German heavy tanks, it featured thick armor and a powerful 90mm gun. Although capable and well-balanced, its late arrival limited its overall impact, leaving little time to influence the final outcome of World War II. Number 20. Type 97. Chiha. With approximately 2,100 units produced, the Type 97 Chiha was Japan's most widely used medium tank of World War II. It formed the backbone of Japanese armored forces across China and the Pacific. Initially effective against lightly equipped opponents, its thin armor and low-velocity gun quickly became inadequate when facing improved Allied tanks later in the war. From rushed factory floors to shattered battlefields, these tanks defined an era of total war. Built in staggering numbers, they reveal how industry, strategy, and necessity shaped victory. Behind every steel hull was a nation fighting for survival, and a war that forever changed armored warfare.